Om. Namaskar. Namaste. Maintain your connection to samadhi. Establish chin mudra, thumb and index finger together to activate buddhi, your intellect. Keeping gaze turned within. Set Kachari mudra to elevate mind and energy. Tip of the tongue to the soft palate, making an energetic connection from root chakra through the crown. Establish ladder breath with your inhale. Inhale 1/3 of the torso and pause for a second or two. 2/3 and pause. Full rest of the way with complete exhalation. Keep it going for the next minute. When you draw the breath up, activate Mula Bandha, toning and lifting the pelvic floor, releasing at the pause, re-engaging with in-breath, releasing at pause, re-engaging with full release on exhale. This brings more awareness, sensitivity, and control to the action of root lock to revert apana, the descending prana, and convert it into the ascending prana to activate the upper chakras. After the next exhale, release the tongue. Place hands behind the hips for Murcha Pranayama. Arch up, take a deep breath in. Hold it in for a count of 20, letting head rest back. Into Anjali. Tune at our hearts and invoke blessings. 3 ohms, 1 Purna mantra. Take a deep breath in. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya
Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. To the presence of the one divine spirit that dwells within, we bow. Rise. Oh, Otto, get the door for the late student. Good after morning. Here we go. Get set for the red Overtone Serpent. Set an intention to seek a state of inner radiance, of inner body bright, while building more life force energy and cultivating the Kundalini Shakti, the dormant spiritual energy which dwells at the base of the spine. Drawing into the center, Uddiyana, Mula Bandha, shoulders up and back. Activate Ujjayi breath, deep breath in. Exhale, rooting down, releasing hands. Inhale, stretch up. So bring the freedom, power of the day. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen, curling in the upper back. Exhale, step back, plank, hold plank. Spread fingers wide. Index finger leads the way. Lean forward, belly up and in, rounding lower back. Strengthen core. And super slow motion. Lower all the way down to the belly. Clasp hands behind the back. Squeeze in. Arch up. Bhujanga. Cobra Post. Hands beside the chest, underneath elbows. Shoulders towards the ears. Sweep heart forward and up. When you reach the peak, curl shoulders back. Slide jawbone back. Take your gaze up. Tack down your pinky toe, pulling toes in towards the hips. Pulling hands back towards the hips. Lower down, push back, downward facing dog. Lower, slide up another 4 or 5 inches. Slide up a little, just a few more inches. Thank you very much. Perfect. First dog, the Overtone Serpent. Stretch it out, bend one knee at a time. Lengthen through calf muscles. Deepening the victorious breath. Right foot up, Soma Chandrasana. Right foot to the front of the mat. Point foot out to the right, 45 degrees. Hand at the top of the thigh. Bend the knee deep. Open heart, open throat, head back and curl. Take top arm behind the back, deep and twist and opening. Rocking towards goofy foot with your back leg. Rocking towards outer edge of the foot. Angling the heel out to the left. Inhale on one. Step back. Take the Vinyasa. Second side. Left foot up. Point foot out to the left. Taking hand at the top of the thigh. Bend the knee deep. Take head back and curl. Keeping back thigh lifting. Top arm behind the back. Start to inner rotate top leg, back leg. Angling back heel to the right. Rocking towards goofy foot. Lengthening up and out of the hip. Inhale in one. Step back. Vinyasa. You okay? Need an adjustment? Stand up. Take it into a twist.
Right hand back for the outside of the left leg. Tip your head back. That's the best I can do. Switch arms, switch legs. Down dog, turbo dog. Bend elbows, squeeze arms in, head up, and super slow motion, creep through the cobra or up dog. Flow back. Down dog, 5 deep ujjayi. Keeping pelvic floor toned, lower abdomen firm, navel lifting towards the spine, back of the throat active. Deep breath in. Bend knees. At the end of the exhale, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen, lift and spread toes. Squeeze leg muscles up and in. Exhale, bow to the heart. Shoulder blades flat on the back. Pushing thigh bones back and apart. And then squeeze into the center. Root down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pause to the chakras. Turning gaze back within. Deep breath in. Exhale, root down, releasing hands. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump. Take a vinyasa from plank or turbo dog. Right foot up, Parsva Konasana. Back foot flat, belly in, scoop tailbone. Push off the back leg as you deepen twist, reaching left arm for the front of the room. Focus on your back leg, pushing top of the thigh bone back into the hamstrings. Bend your top arm, hand behind the head, grabbing base of the skull. And then push your head back into the hand, stretching side body. As you push your head back, create more strength in the back leg, clamping down through the pinky toe and the outer edge of the foot. And then release, step back, take a vinyasa. Second side. Parsva, drawn to the center. From the center, push thigh bones apart. Right arm reaches. Bend top arm, hand behind the head. Push your head back. Crank your head back, stretching side body. Pushing from the top of the hip to the outer edge of the foot. As you extend your elbow to the front of the room. And then release. Vinyasa. Right leg lifts. Lean forward into plank. Or halfway down. Push back strong. Right foot up. Virabhadra. Back heel up. Square off hips. Belly in. Scoop tailbone. Take arms overhead. Drawing into the center. Lift up out of the hips. Taking gaze up. Exhale. Push hips forward and down. Rooting through the back leg. Bend right knee deep. Keep it leaning to the right. Back heel angles to the left. Right knee to the right. Keeping inner thighs squeezing together. Exhale, release. Left leg lifts.
Plank, Trianga, push back, step it up. Uddiyana Mula Bandha, take it overhead. Draw energy up and in, squeezing legs together, building more power in the thighs. Exhale, push from the top of the hip to the back heel. Keep it leaning to the right, left knee to the left. Inhale, activating inner thighs more, drawing into the midline of the mat. On the exhale, extending energy back out, curling deeper. Exhale, release, Vinyasa. Right leg lifts. Plank. Trianga. Push back strong. Right foot up. Here, Vajra. Take both arms to the side, squeezing shoulder blades on the back. Hold it here for a second. Slowly begin to twist to your left. As you twist to your left, power up your back leg, squeezing it across the center into the midline of the mat. And then keeping your back thigh active, slowly bring your torso back to center. Lift up out of the hips and slowly reach arms all the way straight overhead. Keep your left inner thigh engaged. Right knee leaning to the right. Breath in, exhale, twist. Lift up out of the hips, deep and twist. Hands in prayer, push down through hands. You can reach for the floor or go for the bind. Inhale, unwind. Step back, flow through. Left leg lifts. Plank. Trianga. Push back strong. Step it up. Both arms to the side. Focusing on back leg. Slowly twist to the right. As you twist to the right, squeeze your back leg in towards the center of the mat, keeping the inner thigh engaged. Slowly twist back to center. Lift up out of the hips and curl. Exhale, twist. Very deep inhale. Lift up. Exhale, go further. Walking arm further across. Hands in prayer. To the floor, a wrap and bind. Inhale, unwind. Vinyasa. Get those index knuckles down. Vasisthasana on the right. Coming onto the outer edge of your right foot and your right hand, or you can come onto your forearm if you want to take pressure off the wrist. Left foot up if you're going further. You can reach for the big toe. Step it back, Kamakara. Lowering hips down, scoop tailbone high, lift and curl. Switch. Step it back. Lift and curl. Vinyasa. Right foot up and pause. Both hands to the top of the thigh. When pause in asana, energy expands, awareness expands, and then we take it deeper. Squeeze the thighs together towards each other and then in towards the center of the mat, activating left inner thigh. Bring hands behind the back, clasping elbows or hands in Atmanjali. Reverse prayer, curling over the arms. Lift heart up, take gaze up, and then head all the way back. Bend right knee deep, hips forward and down. The arms where they are. Parsvottanasana. Lean forward, step back foot in 4 inches. Square off hips, pull right thigh and hip back. Head up, leg muscles lift up, kneecaps up, and then push down strong through big toes, pinky toes, releasing head last. Root down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, curl, straight leg back bend. Lean forward, warrior 3. You keep the arms where they are. Squeeze your back leg across the midline, tilting forward. Optional reach of the arms. Both hands down, standing split. Urdhva Ekapada. Om Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. Take to a handstand, forearm stand. Left foot up and pause. Reconnecting to breath. Releasing tension, holding patterns. Squeeze thighs towards each other. And then towards the center, midline of the mat. Hands in Atmanjali or clasp elbows. Take waistline back, shoulders back, curling over the arms, pushing your arms up. Spine lifting up, heart up, head back. Parsvottanasana. Step it up, square it off, pulling left thigh and hip back. Lift leg muscles up, keep them active. As you clamp down through inner and outer edges of the feet, lift your 3 middle toes for Pada Bandha. Root down, inhale up, exhale curl. Inhale, lean forward. Squeeze your back leg in across the midline, tilt forward. Optional reach of the arms. Keep breath flowing deep. Both hands down, standing split. Om Adho Mukha Vriksha. Panchamayurasana. Take it up for an inversion or vinyasa. Right foot up, bounce that angle. Go for the clasp. Take right arm under. Left arm behind the back. Going for the bind. Om Ekapada Kundinya or Visama Kundinya. Take it up. Second side. Left arm under, right arm behind the back. Om Kundinya. Take it up. Activate right inner thigh, taking it across the midline to take it up.
Wide leg stance. Urdhva Kali Asana. Clasp elbows. Strengthen Uddiyana, belly in, rib cage in. Use the strength of the core to push your hips down, pull your knees apart. Keep lower back neutral, take arms overhead. Shankara. Toes forward, heels back, halfway forward. Hands down, relax legs, go wide, go deep. Forehead down, forearms down, or chin down. Baka. From squatting, take it up. Hold crow pose, 5 or 10 breaths, and then you can transition into Shirshasana 2 or Vinyasa.
Ready? Child's pose. Uttana Shishosana. Puppy pose. For the red dragon wave spell, lift your ankles, reach for the feet. For a Raniyasana, dragon pose. When you grab your feet, bend your elbows up, kick your feet back, pull your hands forward, stretch your chin forward. Release. Child's pose. Push back, stack your fists. For dragon pose, lift your heels up. Oh, kick your feet. No, kick your hands forward and chin forward. All right, class. Let's slide over to the wall. You don't need to go to the wall. If you're good with drop backs, you can stay right where you are. If you want to use the wall for drop backs, then slide over. Check it out. If you're using the wall, I'm going to start with your feet away and just lean your shoulder blades first back into the wall so the shoulder blades engage. And then you're going to walk your feet away. Your head's going to come to the wall. Your hands are going to come to the wall. And then you're going to walk your feet further away, and then look what automatically happens. Your arms come up above your heart, and your heart gets concave like this, and you end up rounding in your upper back. So what we want to do, every action is arms down, chest up, so the back bend goes into the upper back, and then we go lower into the mid-back and lower back. So check it out. I'm going to do the same thing again. Shoulder blades on the back, head to the wall, hands to the wall. My arms will lift up. I pull my arms down. I lift my chest up. And then I walk my hands further down, walk my feet further away. You can negotiate the distance. Arms down, chest up, walk hands down. Look what happens again. Arms down, chest up, walk down, arms down, chest up, arms down, chest up. Bend, arms pull back, chest forward all the way to the wall, and then back up. Head last.
Feet flat. Feet flat.
You can lift your heels. You can lift your heels. Yeah. So negotiate the distance. You need to come in or further out. I'll be the lifeguard.
Will we go into back bends now?
Why are we going into back bends now?
Mm-hmm.
Very good question. So it's for preparation for going into deeper back bends later, and usually you don't have as much time to focus on going into back bends. So since this is like level 3 time and we're all trainees or teachers or people that are aspiring to just go freaking hard, then we work on drop backs. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this is the only time it comes up in the 20-day sequence, only for the level 3 people. So we're at the wall or you're in the middle of the room, and we're going to do just 5 or 6 good ones, and then we're going to do a couple Hanumans on each side because it's hamstring opening is what releases the back tension, and then we're going to, and also when we're doing back bends, the hamstrings have a tendency of pulling away from the bone, so we have to get the hamstring back attached, and then we're going to do 5 or 6 or 7 more back bends, and then we're going to do a couple more Hanumans, and then that'll be the challenging section. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a challenging day.
It's survival day. Overtone tone. Time to get empowered. For inner body bright and radiant. That's right. Shoulder blades back, head back. Walk away from the wall. Take your hands back. Notice your elbows will lift and your heart will go down. Pull your arms down, lift your chest up, and then walk further away and walk your hands down. Your arms will lift up again. The chest will go down. So every time you move, arms down, chest up. Arms down, chest up. You just work your feet further away from the wall. You got to give yourself space. There you go. That's it. Otto, head all the way back. There you go. Should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, let me know. Okay, Otto, that was one. You got 5 more like that. That was one.
We do 5?
When you come away from the wall, try and come both hands at the same time. Because if you do one hand like this, you'll end up kind of twisting and torquing when you come out. And so we don't want to create an imbalance or a pattern that we get into every time we come out of a back bend of coming up out of the side. So when you come up slowly and push both hands away evenly to come up.
We walk all the time forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes you work with someone with labor.
I tried to do it even. You work hard.
Yep. After 5 or 6, then do Hanuman. You can extend the arms fully. Takes you more into the upper back. Yep. Yeah, after each one, you can work on pushing arms straight. You got to work your feet further away. So I don't take your ankles further away from each other. There, like that's it. That looks good. You do, Arda. Okay, get in a couple Hanumans on each side. Bend both legs first. Work P and F technique, snapping into the center. And then after 6 seconds, push your legs apart. You can hold the arch or crescent the pose, taking your hands into the center. And then tilt forward, arching to work more inner spiral. To align thigh bone on hamstrings. And then after 10 breaths or so, you can jump switch or just pivot to the back of the room or to the wall and switch. 2 each side. Yep. When you're finished with your 2 Hanumans, do 5 to 7 more back bends. Drop backs, using the wall or no wall.
How come I have to lift my heels?
It's not necessarily that you have to, but it's all due to development of the body. So you have a lot of muscular development. And so when you lift your heels, it allows you to then engage your quads, your hip flexors, your abdominal muscles as you're going back to slow it down. The tendency is if you keep your heels down, you're not engaging those muscles. You can feel it. Like even if you just stay here, it's all pretty much in the lower back. And especially if you take the arms overhead, it's all in the lower back. So if you don't have as much muscular development, it's easier for the spine to just fold over and to drop back and to come up. But that's like 0.01% of the population. If you watch people like start to take numbers as you teach, how many people you see that can do that? Yeah, and most of the time when people do that, they end up going like this, their feet turn out, and then that outer rotation narrows the pelvis, and then after a few years they have SI joint problems where they wear out their lower back and the joint and compress cartilage, and yeah, so that's why we don't teach it that way. Just so you guys know, some schools will be like heels down, and if you don't do heels down, then you can't do it. And so you just say, cool, I'm not going to do it today. And I'll wait till I go back and do a skanda class. So my teacher, by the way, would always teach it heels flat, and then when he would go do it, he'd lift his heels. And so finally, somebody said to him, hey, why are you lifting your heels? And he was like, because I'm top heavy. And it was because he's like, my torso is heavier than in proportion to my legs, or my legs are shorter in proportion to my torso. So he says it's due to your body size and how you're built, you can lift your heels or not. So that was his answer.
John?
That was John, yeah. Yeah, I
He
know.
always said depends.
It depends.
It
That's
depends.
right.
Wait, see?
Whoa.
You done that? What was that?
My head almost went through the tree. Just look straight up. Mm. And then maybe you'd have to start like this, probably. There's a smile. When you're ready, 2 more Hanumans.
Es que está muy cerca. Está muy cerca. Sí. Subir es súper hard. Tienes que tener los pies acá. No puedes subir. Y que no puedas respirar. Quiere decir que estás mucho. Deberías respirar. No te caminas. Y caminas. Y caminas. Hasta que te quedan 10 minutos. Como un arco normal. ¿Cierto? Pero lo hiciste muy bien. Es que bajar no cuesta tanto subir. Pues cuando vas a subir, mueve los pies, alejándolo y ella te queda más fácil. Por eso no podía subir. Solo estaba ya atrapado. Es que estás así. ¿No estás así? Como una escotilla. A menos que no sientan.
When you're finished, you even yourself out. You can start to work in the half fish pose. You can just stay where we are.
Okay.
We're in a good position, yeah. That way, if you want to get in the handstand at the end, you can take it up. Yep, Ardha Matsyendra, half fish pose. Twisting to your right. You can hold the knee, but don't lift it up. Yeah, you want to keep that bottom leg pushing down into the floor and then squeezing inner thighs together. When you're ready, switch. Gomukhasana. Switch legs again. You can locate your towel or your strap if you want to work the shoulder opener. Pull left leg in, right leg on top. Right arm behind the back, left arm overhead. If you're working the shoulder opener, or just hook both big toes and fold forward when you're ready. Release your clasp. Bow off to your right, hooking left arm across. Push the arm into the knee, make it a little tighter, taking head towards the floor.
Are we going into Gomukhasana? We're going straight forward or like a Parsvottanasana? A little bit to the right. Then
You can bow forward, but if you're tighter,
straight?
If you're tighter, it's more advantageous to work the twist. Because you can get more into the outer hip rotators, and the weight of your body coming across makes the knee slide across more on top of the other one.
And here you push the knee away from you?
Yes, like this. Yeah.
Okay. Haz como para el otro lado.
This is the mystical cow face pose.
This way?
Yeah.
This way.
Mm-hmm. So you push into the top leg. Switch. When you're ready, work the twist, hooking right arm across. Inhale and twist. Vinyasa. Let's do another one. Ardha Baddha, Uttana Baddha Ardha Matsyendrasana. Intense bound half fish pose. So you're going to bring your right knee down, flexing your right foot, and then your left ankle is going to come across to the outside of the knee. And then you're going to take both hands across, maybe like this, maybe to the floor. Maybe you're going to pass that arm underneath the knee and clasp behind the back. Angie, twist the opposite way. There you go. That's it. Ota, hook your left arm across. Knees, hook your right arm across. Yeah. The toes, the arch of the foot, opening up the knee, here opening up the shoulder.
Are you sitting on your heel?
You're sitting on the heel, so you're activating Mula Bandha. Uh-huh. Oh, whoa, and switch. Oh,
So Anand, are you like driving the heel into the perineum? Or you mean,
Yeah.
yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's like you're nesting on an egg, bro.
Or the perineum going to the heel, but
Either way.
difference one side to the other.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can't do this side.
Yep. That'll reveal some imbalance. Oh.
Two different bodies. Right and
Vinyasa.
My left side is.
no me fui.
Say it again, Bada.
Uttana, Baddha, Ardha, Matsyendrasana. Intense bound half fish.
Going to the exam.
It's on the exams, right?
She's on the exam.
That's right.
Sometimes the harder ones are easy to remember.
Same with the mantras. Om. Let's come to sitting for Upavishta Konasana. Seated what angle? Your sitting bones and hamstrings, sliding forward. Now twist over right leg. Inhale up and switch. Back to center. Go wide. Go deep. Om. Paschimottanasana. No, let's do double arm hero first. Hook elbows in. Release jaw. Squeeze in. Release, leg straight, arching. Inhale overhead. Lengthen.
Inhale up. Come onto your back. Rock around a little side to side. Dragon flags. 13 good ones for the 13 days of the red dragon spell. Keep your hands off to the side of the body. Legs up, hips up, lifting up as high as you can. Slowly hips down, legs down, re-engaging back body, keeping shoulder blades engaged on the back. When you're finished, Setsu Bandha, Sharbanga. Arching up. Rest. Okay, one good one from the floor. Take it up, do some push-ups. If you're in deep, lower onto the forearms, clasp hands behind the head. Do another brick pose. Nataraja, Nataraja, Nartana Sundara, Nataraja, Shiva Raja, Shiva Raja, Shiva Kami Priya, Shiva Raja, Chidumbadeshvara, Nataraja, Pati Parishvara, Nataraja. Come to standing for the dancer's pose. That used to be the Skanda Yoga invocation.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fab. I actually like that.
When we were on Lincoln Road.
Let's do it again.
Oh, yeah. We look like a rock and roll group.
Here we go.
Awesome.
You locate a strap. They're in the basket if you need it. When you're set, there's throw the rope around for a couple people. We got a couple black ropes over here at work.
Who need it?
I got them good.
Someone if you need it.
When you're set, strap your right ankle
when you take it overhead, the knee's going to want to go out to the side. So first thing, squeeze your knees together so your inner thighs engage. And then that synergistically allows you to draw your belly in and scoop your tailbone with more strength. And then push your hands up and kick your leg back. Curling in the heart space, start to bow forward. And then you can walk your hands down the strap. When you walk further down, kick your leg back again and push your hands up towards the ceiling. So the arms and shoulders are moving to the back of the room behind you as the heart moves forward. Nice. Second side when you're ready.
Para lo que quieran antes. You want in the last, we take the arms?
In the last, you take the arms?
Like when you're here, you want arms stand, straight or bent?
They don't have to be straight, but eventually they can straighten. But you want it like as if you're straightening them. So you kick back, and now I'm trying to straighten my arms. They won't go all the way.
Okay.
But I'm kicking back, and I'm pushing up so hard that I get that sensation. And then I release a little, and I walk my hands back. And then I kick back, and I push my hands up again as my knee comes in. So if you're like in the circus, yeah, you can grab your knee, and your leg will be straight, and your arms will be straight. But
no, my question was, you guiding the arms to straight?
yeah, like that, like back. So the arms are moving back this way, and the heart's moving forward. Because most of the time what people do is they pull like this. They're pulling their arms forward like they're trying to pull the foot to the back of the head, and then they end up leaning forward like this, like that, and it's all going into the lower back, and they're not getting into the upper back. The only way to get to the upper back is for your arms and shoulders to move back so that your heart moves forward. And your
Means
jaw
when you're
both
going
sides
this,
back.
you don't pull this way,
No,
you pull up that back.
exactly. It's
Oh,
the
you
opposite.
kick with the foot, you kick with the foot.
Yeah, and your arms move back, and then you pull it in, and then you kick back again, and then you can pull it in
Never
again.
do this.
Never tilt forward. Let's do it again. Second, first side again. Shiva, who does the Tandava, the ecstatic dance of creation, that maintains the Panchakurtya, the 5 acts of creation, creation, sustainment, dissolution, concealment, and revelation. He's got a serpent coiled around his neck. It's always hanging out around his head.
Back.
Leg kicks back and your hands push up to the ceiling. And your head moves back. That's it. Jawbone back. Jawbone back. There you go.
But in the back at the same time.
That's it.
Woo!
Vasuki represents the awakened Kundalini Shakti. He's always like ready to strike, but he's completely still at the same time. That shows he's alert, but at the same time, he's still, which is how we want to be in meditation. Midline, belly in, scoop tailbone. So it represents the Kundalini Shakti that he's drawn up the spine to awaken his third eye, his brow chakra.
And your elbows go up, back to the ceiling.
Towards your head, and then back.
Okay. Now it's
This is a New Year's Day 3-hour workshop.
We're getting ready, getting in shape. If you want to do more back bends, feel free. Otherwise, take it into shoulder stand. Or if you want to do a quick handstand, you can kick up into a handstand or forearm stand.
Scorpion.
You say there's a master class on the first?
There's a master class on the first. It's invite only. For the top peeps, there's only like 2 or 3 spots left. So
I'm there.
you are there.
You're first on the list.
Make sure.
like I didn't reserve. Make sure. Yeah.
So if you want a tent, let me know in the next 24 hours.
Anand, is it true also that you drank some poison or something, and the snake is supposed to like keep it from going all the way down?
Oh, there's different stories on that.
Yes.
So, but the churning of the ocean. Remember the Asuras and the Devas? The Asuras tried to steal the elixir of immortality, the Amrita, and they dropped it. There was a battle over the sky, celestial skies, and they dropped the elixir of immortality into the ocean. And so the only way to get it out of the ocean was to make it into a big, like, milk frother, like you're making your cappuccino in the morning. So the only way to do that was to get a big mountain and put it in the middle of the ocean, and then to get a big snake. And so they took the snake around Shiva's neck, Vasuki, and they wrapped it around the base of the mountain Meru. It's also the title of the amazing documentary by Jimmy Chin, Meru, M-E-R-U. Gotta watch it. And they started to turn the mountain. Oh.
Yes, I
Overcome fear. Yeah.
Is it para hermano?
Yeah.
Sí.
You're okay. Good.
Yeah.
So they turned the ocean, and the Amrit came back up, and with the Amrit, the elixir of immortality, also came Lakshmi, the goddess of auspiciousness, a Lakshmi, the goddess of inauspiciousness, the arrow, bow and arrow that never misses its target, the wish-fulfilling gem, the wish-fulfilling tree, the five-faced element. That's 8. There's like 5 other things that came up. And with that, what came up was the hala hala. So like we do halasana, plow pose after shoulder stand. So in reference to the hala hala, the poison that also rose up from the ocean of existence that was toxic. So if you engage in activities without first invoking the divine for blessings, then it can lead to a negative or a toxic residue outcome. So in this situation, the Suras and Devas forgot to invoke Ganesha, who is the remover of obstacles. And so since they didn't chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha or Om Ganeshaya Namaha before they started churning the ocean, Vasuki got motion sickness and he threw up. And that vomit rose to the surface, and they said, what are we going to do with this? And Shiva said, well, it was my pet snake. I should be the one responsible for it, so I'll take it. And he took it and he swallowed it, but he let it just hang out in his throat. So he swallowed it, but he didn't digest it. It didn't go down his throat, and he didn't vomit it back up and spit it out. So it just stayed there. So that was his way of being in acceptance of things without accepting them fully into his body, like taking them on so they became part of him. And he didn't reject them either, so he didn't deny them. He just let it be. And so there's different stories of like, well, how did it stay there? So one reason is he just stayed it there by his self-control. Another is that Vasuki then wrapped around his neck to tighten it, constrict it. Another one is that Parvati, the goddess, reached her hand out and constricted his throat so that he wouldn't swallow, and she held it there.
She was so pissed off, no?
I don't know.
Yeah, you remember? She didn't want to do that for humanity. So why do you need to drink all that? I don't know.
When you're finished with your counterbalancing series, you can start into Suchin Randrasana, eye of the needle pose, crossing your left ankle on top. Left arm through the center, resisting arching first, clearing hip flexors. And then round, pull it in. Reaching for the foot or strap it, take it overhead. So the serpent in itself is a representation of eternity, of immortality. As serpents just shed their skin, which gives them the appearance of just warding off death, just shedding it off so that they live forever. They're also androgynous. You can't tell if it's masculine or feminine. Thus, they represent God or the divine, which has no gender. You can switch legs when you're ready. Resisting for 6, and then straighten leg, pull it in. Supta Bhairava. When you're ready, we're going to bring one foot to the forehead or behind the head. Hold it for 5 breaths and then switch. Both legs when you're ready. After working towards Yoga Nidra, you can twist to your right. And twist to the opposite side. Twist to the right again. Cross opposite leg over. Twist to the left last time. Sorry. Back up when you're ready. Shavasana if you're not there. Let yourself relax fully, enjoying space and freedom.
subtle movements, stretching out with the breath. Reach arms long overhead, stretching out with a deep inhale. Roll to the right, supporting head on the arm bone. Slowly twist up. Last Om. And universal prayer for happiness and freedom for all beings. Deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you. To answer the second, more the sadness question of why we do back bends like that, I didn't give the full explanation. So drop backs specifically tend to take you into the fear. So like your energy goes up, your vibration goes up. It also takes you into root chakra, which is survival energy, which is the energy of the day, of red serpent energy. So that's also why we do back bend. So it's for the theme, and also because we have the opportunity to take that extra time to work on back bend specifically. Thank you. If you still have some last minute Christmas shopping to do, please visit our spiritual boutique. We have wonderful color array of mats and clothes, malas, books, shawls. We got shawls in. You can use them as face masks. I'm teaching on Christmas Eve, Thursday morning.